The reading novel Reaching Utopia. Very nice, thank you. Don't forget, there's concessions and beer. It's good beer too. The long name that we had been using for our recreations of Monty Python sketches has been herewith shortened to not Monty Python, parentheses, we are. This month, they present some of the most known sketches. I believe if you've seen all the Jules works, you may have seen these already. But I don't think any of you, except possibly Greg Turner, have seen all the Jules works. And Patrick Jonas. Are you gentlemen mostly ready?
Mostly. Semi.
Mostly ready. This is a very famous, not Monty Python skit, known as the Four Yorkshiremen.
Aye. Very possible, this. Very possible.
Nothing like a good glass of Chateau Lafitte wine, eh, Josiah?
You're right there, Obadiah.
Who'd have thought 30 years ago we'd be sitting here drinking Chateau Lafitte wine, eh?
Aye, in them days we'd have been glad to have the price of a cup of tea.
Cup of cold tea.
Without milk or sugar.
Or tea? In a filthy, cracked cup.
No, we never had a cup. We used to have to drink out of a rolled-up newspaper.
The best we could manage was to suck on a piece of damp cloth.
But you know, we were happy then, though we were poor. Aye, because we were poor. My old dad used to say to me, money doesn't buy you happiness, son.
He was right. I was happier then and I had nothing. We used to live in this tiny old tumble-down house with great big holes in the roof.
House? You were lucky to have a house. We were all living, all 26 of us in one room. No furniture. Half the floor was missing. We were all huddled together in one corner for fear of falling.
Oi, but you were lucky to have a room. We used to have to live out in corridor.
No, we used to dream of living out in corridor. It would have been a palace to us. We used to live in a broken down water tank in an old nuclear power plant. We got woke up every morning by having a load of rotting shrimp dumped all over us.
House? Well, when I say house, it were only a hole in the ground covered by a sheet of torn canvas, but it were a house to us.
We were evicted from our hole in the ground. We had to go and live in a lake.
Oh, but you were lucky to have a lake. It was 160 of us all stuffed into a tiny little shoebox in the middle of a road.
Cardboard box.
Aye.
You were lucky. We lived in a rolled-up newspaper in a septic tank. We had to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, clean the newspapers with our tongues, eat a tin of expired cat food, go work down the mill for 14 hours a day, week in, week out, for 6 pence a week. And when we got home, our dad would thrash us to sleep with his belt.
Luxury. We used to have to get out of the lake at 3 o'clock in the morning, eat a handful of hot gravel, clean the lake, go down to work at the mill every day for 2 a month, and then when we got home, our dad would thrash us around the head, neck, and breast, chest, breaking neck, bubble. If we were lucky.
Pale days. Now we had it tough. We used to have to get up in the middle of the night and lick the road clean with our tongues. And then we used to have to eat a half handful of freezing cold gravel. It was so cold. And then go to work at the mill for 24 hours a day for 6 pence every 6 years. And when we got home, our dad had cut us in two with a bread knife.
Right. I used to have to get up in the morning at 10 o'clock at night, half an hour before I went to bed, drink a cup of sulfuric acid, work 29 hours a day at mill, and pay mill owner for permission to come to work. And when we got home, our parents would murder us in cold blood and dance about in our graves, singing hallelujah.
Aye, but you try and tell the young people of that today, and they don't believe you.
No, they don't.
if you're just too chicken to come up for the open mic slot later, but you want to do something with Julesworks, you can email them at your leisure whenever you've mustered up the courage or ketchuped up the courage. S. Rubin Films, R-U-B-I-N, S. Rubin Films at gmail.com. Next up, Leticia Cortez.
That's hard to follow.
You're gonna stand up, yeah.
What?
You're gonna stand up, yeah.
So no microphone? Is that what you recommend?
Let's see. Let me hear you.
Let me hear you.
Oh, that sounds good. No
Okay.
mic.
No mic? All right. Well, if you can't hear me, please do tell me.
Okay.
This poem is called The Fright, the Enchantment, Longing Is. I curl tight into my body. The dream begins as I cross the street, stretching delirious visions before me. A haze of noise, steel, plexiglass, granite buildings piling on top of each other, elongating to catch a glimpse of universe. The river green, a vein running through the city, takes flight into something half broken, towards the point of dissolution. The noise stops. The dream begins and ends. How can I ever pinpoint where dreams begin or end? Let's just say the dream began where I began to remember it. Pause, period. It passed. So that's number one.
Yeah.
Thank you, boy. Thank you, dear
Good.
dear.
You're shaking, but don't.
I know, thank you. Well, I get nervous. I'm supposed to imagine you naked.
Is that what they taught you?
Are you flashing them? Okay. This one's called Bordering Madness. Only in humanity sets limits to land, to soil. One cannot. It's called Bordering Madness. Only in humanity sets limits to land, to soil. The sky belongs to all. One cannot tell a cloud or a bird, stay there, do not cross here. But a senator recently said, we must build a wall to keep people out, similar to the Berlin Wall. Only that wall was built to keep people in, not out. In his ignorance of history and blinded by hatred for the other, he keeps trying to build. To get one wall along the U.S.-Mexican border, where anything goes, he says, except immigrants stepping in their own piece of earth. And this one's called The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky. Through half-deserted streets, the muttering retreats of restless nights in one-night cheap hotels. And sawdust restaurants with oyster shells. That leads you to an overwhelming question. Oh, do not ask what is it. Let us go and make our visit. In the room, the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo. And that's obviously not mine, that's T.S. Eliot. Anyway, okay, Jules, ahora voy a empezar a hablar español, porque empieza...
No, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition!
Spanish, off you go.
That's pretty funny.
It's your turn if you would like. Here.
Cool.
Okay, let's see what we got next.
I'm trying to gather raffle prizes.
Is it Joey?
Joey!
Oh, I know you.
Joey Flair!
Giselle? Joey. It's you, Joey. It's Joey. Joey Flair. You ready? Microphone.
You need a microphone stand, don't you?
Oh no, I'm fine.
You know guitar?
No bass today, so because I'm no bass, it'll be interesting. I don't know, you guys might have to help me out with some snaps. I'm thinking avocado, and somebody else give me something else to sing about.
Tangerine.
Tangerines? Okay. So this will be a song of improv. A cappella. Cool. Okay. Okay, so this is, I'm feeling it. Good, alright.
I wish I had some avocados and tangerines. I wish I had some so I could clear my mind and feel so clean. I love avocados. I meant to say avocados, avocados and tangerines. They fill my mind with pleasant things. Green, orange, do 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 do.
Wow, improv song. That might be the first time that's ever happened.
Avocados and tangerines.
A lot of improv going on in this show, just not songs, generally speaking. However, it's now time for another improv exercise, starring the three-headed wizard. We need Laura, we need Greg, we need Jules. Daniel, you will be conducting. Do you want me to tell everybody how the three-headed wizard works?
Sure.
Or do you want to do that?
Either way. I'll let you decide.
So we have a three-headed oracle. The three-headed oracle is obviously the brightest minds in the entire world. And they can answer any question. Any question. So I need a question from the audience. A question that's perplexed you your entire life. And they will answer it. Just shout them out.
To be or not to be?
Just keep shouting out.
Tertiary syphilis
The meaning to the question, what is the meaning of life?
Great. What else do we have?
Why do men have nipples?
That what? What
Why
was
do
that?
men have nipples?
Why do men have nipples? Let us ask the three-headed oracle. Why do men have nipples?
Men have nipples because they need milk. And
milk is produced from only one thing, and that comes out of a man's
Nipples.
juicy, lactating man nipple provides the sort of milk that
only babies can't use.
and who needs babies?
We don't, because we're men with nipples.
A man with long.
Dripping nipples.
They drip for their babies, the end.
One more question. One more question from the audience. What else has perplexed you besides
Where'd that airplane
nipples? Where did that airplane go? Where did the Asian airplane
Why do we
go?
give a shit?
Really cool. The question has perplexed us for season after season of television shows. Where did that airplane go?
Tell me.
The Asian airplane went far away because it was
Made of paper and dolls, which
We're very hard to fly with, but somehow beforehand we had managed to fly.
because paper actually
it holds quite a lot of Asian people together.
You guys ever hear the term paper tiger? Well, that's
That's exactly what was flying above.
Made of mini dolls. Composed of
Crashing airplanes.
Woo! The three-headed wizard, or perhaps the three-headed oracle.
Yeah, okay.
Nikolai, while Laura sets up her next skit, it's going to take a little time. Do you want to come up and do your spiel?
Yeah, Holmes, you bet.
I want everyone to know what a trooper this guy is. Was it last time or the time before?
Yeah, it's last time.
Last time we were in the middle of performing the Julesworks Follies, and you ended up having to be carried out on a stretcher.
Oh yeah, cut it out, Holmes. You're
Yeah?
making me blush.
Do you want, but you're okay.
Orale, I'm good, bro.
Yeah? Do you want a microphone?
Hey, I went to like, no, I'm good though. I went to like that chiropractor or something and like, you know, oh yeah, they like, the thing where they crack your neck and then they crack you in places you didn't know could crack. Damn. Like, I could have gone to the quarter for that much crack. Damn. So like, for those of you who don't know me, white or black, Hispanic or not, I'm Buddy Gallegos and I like to tell these stories. So like, me conocido un hombre se llama, oh, sorry, I remember, you're all white. Alrighty, so like, I know this guy, Al Staggs, and you know, he just loved to ride his lowrider and shit, man. Oh, damn, he like, oh, fuck. So like, you know, him and his buddies, you know, it's Easter Sunday, like, you know, and they're out on their motorbikes, you know, riding their bikes and, you know, smoking a little mota, having a good time, and so like, they're going, and then, you know, there's these trees in the way, man, and then, like, you know, they wipe out all their bikes, and they hit the trees, and, like, so they're all dead, man, and, you know, when they die, they, like, go to heaven, and that's kind of weird, because, like, you know, there's some bad dudes, you know, real gangster shit, though, like, you know, real vatos, so, like, they go up to the pearly gates, and they see St. Peter, and they're like, hey, St. Peter, let us in, homebro! And St. Peter's like, oh man, I don't know, you know, say bro, you're like, you know, you guys did some pretty fucked up shit while you're down on earth. And they're like, oh, come on, St. Peter, it's Easter Sunday, let us in, bro. And so St. Peter's like, all right, so I guess it's Easter Sunday, I'll let you in. If you can answer this one question, what do you can tell me the reason that we celebrate Easter, I'll let you in, all three of you. So the first one says, oh, I know. So like me and my old lady, we like get all up on the bike and, you know, we go for a ride. And then, you know, we go watch the fireworks and you know, we celebrate America. And he's like, no, it's not even a Christian holiday, homebro. So like, second hombre, like he comes up and he's like, well, maybe I know. So it's a Christian holiday, right? So like, there's this Jesus dude and he died. And like, you know, me and my old lady, we go up to las montañas y cortar un tree, un árbol, and you know, we take it home, we decorate it and put presents under it. It's a good old time. And St. Peter's like, no, Holmes, that's Christmas. Third one's Al Staggs, man. Like, you know, he's a smart fucking dude. Like, he comes up, he's like, okay, I know. So like, long time ago, there was like this Jesus dude. He's a hippie and shit, like, you know, preaching love and peace, but, you know, you start preaching love and peace, the fucking cops will hate you, bro. Put them out of a job. So all the cops, politicians, and lawyers, they all got together, and they took the Jesus dude, and they hung him up on a cross. And he's up on the cross, and, you know, he dies, and then they take Jesus and hit that body, and they put him in a cave, and you know, then 2 days later, like, you know, he comes out of the cave. So like, every Easter Sunday, Kill him quick, man. every Easter Sunday, if they roll that rock over, and he comes out and he sees a shadow, shit, St. Peter, you're talking 3 more weeks of winter.
I'd say he's made a full recovery.
I get it.
for you to stop.
Yeah, thank you for that great rendition. Concessions, we do still have popcorn at the bar, believe it or not. And we have two beers from Colorado. We got some great drinks at there, so grab a drink. If you guys would like to be a part of the Follies, you can get in touch with Jules here.
Who's Jules?
This is Jules. That's Steven.
Everyone is Jules.
Man, that skit reminded me of middle school at Alameda Middle School, man. That brought me back, man.
Middle medical school.
Exactly where I went to middle school.
Yeah, you're lucky, Jules.
Dead woman.
Anyway, up next we have Laurel Wilson. Sorry, oh, we're skipping that one.
She's nervous.
Oh, okay. So I'm Watts Fowler. I'm a vaudevillian that grew up here in the arroyos of New Mexico, and I'm known as the richest hobo in the world. Yeah, I beat up hipsters for their vintage clothing.
Yes.
And I play dirty jazz songs for the people of Santa Fe.
Are you going to play one
Glad to be
later?
back.
Yeah.
In fact, I am.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, now we're ready for Python.
What's your corner?
Okay.
Are we?
So
More on
I'm
Python?
supposed to
Ready?
stall
Okay.
now.
We're done stalling.
Are you guys ready? Okay.
We're waiting for you.
Okay. So, may I present Not Python performing Silly Voices.
I wish to report a burglary.
Speak up, please, sir.
I wish to report a burglary.
I can't hear you, sir.
I wish to report a burglary.
That's a little too loud, sir. Could you do it a little bit less loud than that?
I wish to report a burglary.
Nope, still not getting anything. Could you try it in a higher register?
What do you mean in a higher register?
What?
I wish to report a burglary.
Ah, that's it. Hang on a moment. Now a little bit louder.
I wish to report a burglary.
Report a what?
A burglary.
Ah, that's the exact frequency. Now keep it there.
Yes,
Evening, Charlie.
I was sitting around my house in Cambyses when we heard a noise round the bedroom. So we went round and found 5,000 pounds stolen.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going on lunch break now, sir. Could you tell First Sergeant Foster?
I was sitting around my house in Cambyses.
I'm sorry, sir, but why the funny voice?
I just got used to talking to the other sergeant. I don't know.
I'm terribly sorry, sir. Could you try saying that in a lower register?
What? Oh. I wish to report the theft of 5,000 pounds.
5,000 pounds? That's serious. You'd better speak to the detective inspector.
What's the trouble, Sergeant?
Well, sir, this gentleman, sir, has just come in to report that he was sitting around his flat in Campbell Science and he heard a noise in the back room and went round to investigate and found that 5,000 pounds had been in savings had been stolen, sir.
I see. Where do you live, sir?
121 Hallowell Road, Dulwich, SE21.
111 Hallowell Road, Dulwich, SE21, sir.
Ah, I see. Another Halloween Road day, Sergeant?
Yes, I can't believe it. I thought the bloke had done that and put inside last year.
Yes, in August.
Well, it must have been somebody else.
Well, thank you, Sergeant. We will get right on that. You take over from here, Sergeant. And alert all squad cars in the area. Hello, darling. I'm afraid I'll be home late this evening.
Calling all squad cars in the area.
I think that's in very bad taste.
Oh, crap.
You forgot your cue.
Whew.
All right, thank you, Pythons.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached roughly the halfway point of tonight's show.
That's right, there's much left to go.
Halfway, yes. And as is the custom, Greg Turner will now serenade us through the halfway point. Oh, no, there's Gerald.
Here, get one too. Sweet.
Is this intermission?
Get it.
It is more or less in Spanish.
Spanish intermission. Is this Spanish intermission? Or intermission?
Spanish intermission.
Yes, I'm too.
While sitting down at a corner stool, my girlfriend was there by my side. She was in a carnivorous mood, so she ordered a steak. When this guy walks by, and he says, honey, if you're hungry for a piece of meat, they got a special tonight that's a real treat. Oh, I know that I'll never forget the night I lost my baby to the guy at the Bobcat Bite. True story. 1, 2, 3. Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Well, that was the very first place we met. Remembered it well, how can I ever forget? We'd eat sprouts and salad every weekday night. Then we pick out on the weekend at the Bobcat Bite. It brought us so close together. Sharon ate the chicken with all of its feathers, and I would get so incredibly weak. I was watching her chewing on that chicken's beak at the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, at the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, at the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, here's the chorus. Bobcat Bite, they kill rabbits. Bobcat Bite, you'll make it a habit. Bobcat Bite, they'll kill anything for you. Bobcat Bite, you'll eat anything they kill. Whoa, 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 at the Bobcat Bite. But then the days moved on and we couldn't talk. You see, she get the chicken and I get the hawk, and I could tell from my plates that something was wrong. You know, I could feel the distance from that time on was more than palpable. Then came the day of that fateful night. A silly quarrel became a terrible fight. You see, she wanted steak and I wanted salad, and I dared to suggest the Zia Diner was valid. Not the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, not the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, not Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. All right, everybody, gotta hear it down the old Las Vegas highway. At the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, at the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, at the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho. See, this is why they moved. They couldn't hear you. At the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, at the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho, at the Bobcat Bite. Whoa, ho, ho. Acapella now. At the Bobcat Bite.
Whoa, at the bobcat bite. Whoa, at the bobcat bite.
Whoa, second chorus. Bobcat bite, they kill rabbit. Bobcat bite, you'll make it a habit. Bobcat bite, snake and a lizard. Bobcat bite feels good down your gizzard. Whoa, 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 down at the Bobcat bite. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I went down to the Bobcat bite late last evening. Last night, and I played this song for them, but they didn't seem too excited about it, so they threw me out of their place on the pavement across the street at the Bobcat bite. Whoa, at the Bobcat bite. Whoa, at the Bobcat bite. Whoa.
Thank you, Greg. It's so great to be in Santa Fe. I come and I see all these familiar faces. I met Greg, I don't know, 6 years ago. He probably doesn't remember me, but I remember him. I always remember his great songs. And it's just funny to hear songs written about Santa Fe. I don't think anybody else would really understand. Anyway. Is the next person ready? So it sounds like the next performer is getting popcorn.
No, they're outside finishing their cigarette.
Oh, okay.
They want like 30 more seconds.
Oh, okay. 30 more seconds.
I thought it was Jules.
Can we smoke in here?
It is, but the audience is coming back.
Too.
I just blinked the lights at them. They said they were coming.
Let's see. So who is
exactly half the audience left?
They're coming back though.
Right side of the theater.
So the next skit is improv foreign movie Ingstrom dubbed.
Oh,
wait, that's not it.
It's Python Bookshop, isn't it?
Oh, okay, you're right.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
In it.
And it sounds like
Perhaps
they're
a little
warming up their voices.
intermission music.
Tell a poem.
Vamp more, vamp.
Play it again?
Play it again.
Just started.
We're gonna
Fuck
just
those
start it?
smokers. They're gonna get cancer on their own time.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, do you have a copy of 30 Days in the Samarkand Desert with the Duchess of Kent by A.E. Eliot, O.B.E.?
Well, I don't know the book, sir.
Never mind. How about 101 Ways to Start a Fight?
By?
By an Irish gentleman whose name eludes me for the moment.
No, well, we haven't got it in stock, sir.
Well, not to worry. Could you help me with David Copperfield?
Ah, yes, Dickens.
No.
I beg your pardon?
That's David... Edmund Wells.
I think you'll find Charles Dickens wrote David Copperfield, sir.
No. Dickens wrote David Copperfield with 2 P's. This is David Copperfield with 1 P by Edmund Wells.
David Copperfield with 1 P.
Yes, I should have said.
Yes, well, in that case, we don't have it.
Funny, you've got a lot of books around here.
Yes, we do, but we don't have David Copperfield with 1 P by Edmund Wells.
Oh, pity it's more thorough than the Dickens.
More thorough?
Yes, I wonder if it might not be worth having a look.
No, all of our David Copperfields have 2 P's.
Are you quite sure?
Quite.
Not worth just looking?
Definitely not.
Oh, how about Great Expectations?
Yes, well, we do have that.
That's G-R-A-T-E, Expectations, also by Edmund Welsh.
Yes, well, in that case, we don't have it. We don't have anything by Edmund Wells. Actually, he's not very popular.
Not Nicholish, Nickleby. That's K-N-I-C-K-E-R-E-L-E-S-S.
No.
Christmas Carol with K.
No.
Oh, how about A Sale of Two Titties?
Definitely not.
Sorry to trouble you.
Not at all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh,
Yes.
I wonder if you might have a copy of Barnaby Budge.
No, as I say, we're right out of Edmund Wells.
No, not Edmund Wells. Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens?
Yes.
You mean Barnaby Rudge?
No! Barnaby Budge by Charles Dickens. That's Dickens with 2 Ks, the popular Dutch author.
No, well, we don't have Barnaby Budge by Charles Dickens with 2 Ks, a popular Dutch author. And perhaps to save time, I should add that we don't have Carnaby Fudge by Dolls Chickens, or Farmer of Slugs by Miles Pickens, or even Stickwick Stapers by Falls Wickens with 4 M's and a silent Q. Why didn't you try W.H. Smith's?
I did. They sent me here.
Did they?
I wonder.
Oh, do go on, please. It's a bookshop. We've got lots of books, you know.
Well, I wonder if you might have The Adventures of Captain Gladys Stout Pamphlet and her intrepid spaniel Stig amongst the giant pygmies of Beccles, Volume 8.
No, well, we don't have that. It's funny, we've got a lot of books here. Well, I mustn't keep you standing here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
No, but do you have...
No, we don't. No, we haven't.
But...
No, it's 1 o'clock. We're closing for lunch.
But I saw it.
No, I'm sorry.
I saw it over there.
What?
I saw Olson's Standard Book of British Birds.
Olson's Standard Book of British Birds?
Yes.
O-L-S-E-N?
Yes.
B-I-R-D-S? Yes. Yes, well, we do have that, actually.
The expurgated version.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
The expurgated version.
The expurgated version of Olson's Standard Book of British Birds?
The one without the gannet.
The one without the gannet? They've all got the gannet. It's a standard British bird. The gannet's in all the books.
I don't like them. They wet their nests.
Right, well, I'll remove it for you. Here we are, gannets. There we are. No gannets. Any others you don't like? Any others?
I don't like the robin.
The robin. Here we are. I think I already ripped out the robin. Any others you don't like? Any others?
The nuthatch.
The nuthatch. Here we are. No gannets, no robins, no nuthatches. There's your book.
I can't buy this book. It's torn. I wonder...
Oh, do go on, please.
Do you have Biggles combs his hair?
No, we don't have that one funny.
The Gospel according to Charlie Drake.
No, try me again.
Oh, I know. Ethel the Aardvark goes quantity surveying.
No. What?
Ethel the Aardvark goes quantity surveying.
Ethel the Aardvark? We've got it! I've seen it somewhere! We've got it! Yes! Ethel the Aardvark goes quantity surveying! There's your book. Now buy it!
I don't have enough money.
I'll take a deposit.
I don't have any money.
I'll take a check.
I don't have a checkbook.
I've got a blank one.
I don't have a bank account.
Right. I'll buy it for you. There you are. There's some change. There's some money for your taxi on the way home. And there you are. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very nice seeing you. Lovely to see you.
I can't read.
You can't read. Right. Sit. Are you sitting comfortably? Right. Ethel the Aardvark was hopping down the river valley one lovely morning, trotty, when she met a nice little quantity surveyor, etc.